My name is Viktor Zashev, and I have been stuttering all my life. I have got used to it by now, but for a long time I thought of it as my weakness. But as of late, I realized that it was my strength all along. Today, I'm going to share with you what helped me most on the path to this discovery, and I'm going to tell you why I didn't use any notable techniques. I did see all over the internet some techniques for block modifying, block preventing, but I didn't use them. Why, you may ask? Well, stuttering is at its worst when you're severely stressed. And I'm sure that if you're a person who stutters, you know for a fact that the more you try to avoid stuttering, the more you focus on it, well, then the more you are going to block. Due to this reason, stuttering is almost always a never ending cycle of stress. Let's look at an example. Let's imagine that you are going to speak in front of a large crowd and you are stressed before actually speaking, that you are going to fail and stutter. Why are you so? Well, because the last time you tried public speaking, you failed. You blocked. You remember that the last time you tried the exact same thing, you had a block. So why should this time be any different? You remember all the embarrassing moments that your stutter has put you through. You cringe when you imagine what all the other people are thinking of your stutter. And then if you go back to the first situation, well, yes, of course you are going to be stressed. And when you're stressed, you are going to repeat the same mistake. You are going to block and you are going to make new stressful memories that you're going to remember for next time. And then the cycle repeats. So there's no escape. You are always stressed because you have failed in all the previous times that you have tried it. So why should this time be any different? By the way, if you want more information on why the mindset that everyone else thinks about your stutter constantly and analyzes you is a wrong mindset to have, watch this video. All of this to say is that the more you're focused on speaking perfectly, the more you are going to fail and bring yourself only more sadness. I had two problems with using any techniques. Well, the first problem was that in the heat of the moment, in the heat of speaking, I didn't remember to use them because I was trying to think what I was going to say or when my next breath was. And the second problem is that some of these techniques weren't even practical. Like, how many times you have heard someone say just speak slowly, tap your feet, or sing what you're going to say? That's not practical. If you do these things in everyday life, you are going to feel like a weirdo because you sing what you're trying to say. That's not practical and realistic to keep doing for the rest of your life, is it? But don't get me wrong here. Having some kind of plan for your improvement is crucial. So don't go without any thinking behind it. Don't kid yourself that you're going to improve by just time. You have to fight for your improvement. For more information on more wrong mindsets that you might have, watch this video. What I recommend you doing is simple. You just have to practice all that you can before any speaking task. I recommend you give this approach a try. What you do is practice the thing at home. So that may be reading the book or the essay that you're going to read in class many times at home, and try to be as dramatic and clear as you can when you train. But what if you have a presentation? Well, then you first off lay out all your material in the presentation on a list. Write it out all. Think of it as your script. And so you perform mock presentations in front of the mirror. You have to be very well accustomed to your script. You have to know what to say, but don't remember it by heart. So that means practically that you are going to have to read your script many times. I did 5 or 7 mock presentations before each one. That way, I was sure that I did all I could and I didn't need to remember what to say in the heat of the moment. Because if you're trying to control your breathing, control your posture in front of all the people in your class or in your workspace, you can't then control what you're going to say too. You have to have one of these things at heart. You have to be prepared and not have to think about what you're going to say, because you can't juggle stuttering, proper breathing, the material of the presentation, and your posture while you're presenting all at the same time. That's not possible. So remember to keep your script in mind and know what you're going to say, but don't remember it by heart. Don't try to say it like a poem. Don't memorize it. And if you want me to help you personally and walk you through all the steps that I did to improve my own stutter and show you what does and does not work, click the link down below for my personal one-to-one coaching. Anyway, when the presentation or the public reading comes and you have to do it, beforehand, just clear your mind and do what you have practiced many times at home. But I know that what I'm saying is easier said than done. I have been there. You are going to be nervous as the many times beforehand. I can tell you, you are going to feel that pain in your stomach, that lack of breath. I felt those too. But this nervousness disappears with the amount of reps or attempts that you have done for this activity. And just remember, you have to be successful once. Because right now, your problem is this, that you aren't sure that you could even do it successfully. You aren't sure that a person with a stutter, such as yourself, can do a presentation without worry, without that many blocks, without seeming embarrassed afterwards. I know that. I felt the same way. But I'm going to tell you that with one successful attempt, this feeling is going to disappear and you're going to feel that you know how to do it, and because you have done it before and you have proven to yourself that you can do it again. That's important. And also, for a practical tip, if you have a sense of humor and you want to express it and you're scared to do so because you might think that any word that is not part of your script shouldn't be said because that's a higher chance for you to stutter on that word, no. Please, I encourage you, while you're on the podium and you're presenting something, please, if you think of a joke, like you want to joke with your friends or the people at the front desks right in front of you, please try to say it, because I had tried it, and for me it absolutely just vanishes all the tense feelings when you present, because the more you act in a friendly way and not that serious, the more you're giving yourself leeway to not feel that you have to be perfect. That's important. You have to remove that serious feeling that you have um, with presentations. You have to imagine that you're talking to a friend, because I'm certain that when you talk to your friends, you stutter way less than when you present something in public. So please try to make as many jokes as you can. Well, not too many. You have to still present all the material that you have collected, but please try to do it, and you see the difference. It is night and day. And if you want some practical things to do right now, watch this video for the 10 things that I recommend any stutterer do to fix their stutter and become less focused on it and less anxious because of it. Anyway, subscribe and like this video if you have found it useful. And, of course, have a nice day.